Summary of Follow the Rabbit-Proof Fence by Doris Pilkington. In the early 1800s, two leaders of Aboriginal groups meet white English colonists separately. Kundilla and Yelagonga, two seniors, are cautiously hopeful at first, but it soon becomes clear that the English only have one goal: to take as much Aboriginal land as they can. As the colonizers' hold on Australia gets tighter and tighter, Aboriginal tribes all over the continent are forced to give up their lands, their cultures, and even their languages. The English give the people they have killed off meager rations and supplies and make jokes about the Aboriginals' gratitude for these small things. By the early 1900s, Western Australia is a thriving settlement, but the native people have been pushed to the side and have had to adjust to the white immigrants. In 1907, a rabbit-proof fence was built across Western Australia. Its purpose was to stop rabbits from moving from the bush in the east to coastal towns. However, the fence is not as successful as the government had hoped. The white farmers have been violent toward the Mardudjara, or Mardu, Aboriginal people for almost a century. They used to be free to move around Western Australia, but now they are separated and in bad shape. As the nomadic desert tribes of Western Australia look for a steady source of food because their hunting grounds and farmland have been taken over by whites, settlements like the Jigalong Depot, which lets the Aboriginals live a semi-nomadic life and get food from the government, start to grow as centers of Aboriginal life. At the Jigalong village, a girl named Molly is born to an Aboriginal mother and a white father. This girl is the author's mother. She has to deal with teasing from the other Aboriginal kids, but as more half-caste, or mixed-race, kids move into the area, Molly starts to feel less alone. Molly finally feels like she has real friends when her cousins Gracie and Daisy, who are also half-caste, come to visit. As Molly, Gracie, and Daisy play and grow, people from the local government keep a close eye on them. Half-caste children are being taken from all over the country and sent to missions, where they are schooled and taught to be like everyone else. Molly is 15 years old when the protector of Aborigines, Constable Riggs, comes to Jigalong in July 1930 to take the girls away. The girls arrive at the Moore River Native settlement after a long and stressful trip south to Perth and beyond. Their rooms feel more like jails than dorms, and the girls can't wait to get back home. They quickly make friends with Martha Jones, who is the same age as Molly. Martha shows the girls how things work and tries to make them feel at home, or at least a little better, but Molly has already decided to take her sisters and run away as soon as she can. When it's time for the girls to go to school, Molly takes her sisters to the bathroom while their bunkmates go to school. The girls then run away, starting a 9-week, 1,100-mile journey through the Australian bush. Molly wants to find the fence that keeps rabbits out and follow it all the way home, but their journey isn't that easy. The government is looking for them and has sent out search planes and dogs to try to find them in the vast desert wilderness. The girls are desperate for food and water, so they often have to depend on the kindness of strangers or the survival skills they learned from their group. However, strangers often report the girls to the authorities as soon as they are out of sight. Even though they have to deal with wild animals, bad weather, cold winter weather, and cuts that are getting worse, the girls make it to the rabbit-proof fence. As they get closer to their home, Gracie finds out that her mother has moved to Wiluna. She leaves the group to find her. Molly and Daisy were upset about being split up, but they were still eager to get home. They seem to have no chance of making it home, but they do. As soon as the girls get back to Jigalong, their parents pack them up and move them away from the government's watching eyes. They do this to keep the girls from being taken back by the government. Doris Pilkington tells her readers in an epilogue that Gracie never got to her mother because she was caught and sent back to Moore River almost right away. Molly was finally caught, and her daughter, the author Doris, grew up in the Moore River facility.
About the author. Doris Pilkington Garamara was born in 1937 at her family's ancestral home, the Bulford Downs Station near Jigalong. Doris and her younger sister, Annabelle, were taken away from their home when they were young because their mother, Molly, was in the hospital getting better from an appendectomy. They were sent to the Moore River native settlement, just like their mother had been, so that they could be properly taught and kept away from their native family. Molly went to the camp with her girls, but after only a year she ran away again, this time with Doris's younger sister Annabelle. Doris was left behind with her Aunt Daisy, who had been sent back to the camp as an adult, just like her sister Molly. Doris thought that her mother had given her away when she was a child. As she got older, bits and pieces of the truth started to come out. While working as a nurse and raising 6 kids, Doris started to put together her aunt's stories and, when they were reunited in the 1960s, her mother's as well. She then wrote a series of books about the suffering of the stolen generations, which were the children of Australian Aboriginal descent, especially children of mixed race, who were taken from their families and put in camps. Follow the Rabbit-Proof Fence is Garamara's best-known book. In 2002, Kenneth Branagh starred in a movie based on the book. Garamara died in Perth, Australia, at the age of 76.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.